Hi, my name's Ashley, and today I'll be discussing the issue of maternity leave within Australia and how the issue relates to the idea of difference and collective identities, and how I can devise a teaching strategy within the school curriculum so that we can mediate this difference. So I have an article from the Sydney Morning Herald, which is the basis for my discussion. It outlines the importance of a national paid maternity leave scheme to be introduced within Australia, and it's got supporting research just showing how a mother going back to work too soon after the birth of a child, it can have a negative impact on both the mother herself and the infant, both physically and mentally. So Australia is one of the few remaining countries in the world that do not provide a national maternity leave scheme. Around the world, most countries have at least some support for new mothers, but unfortunately not Australia. And I suppose what we require now through education it is to mediate this difference and not seeing maternity leave or not seeing childbearing women or pregnant women as a deficit, and they do make an excellent contribution to the workplace, and we need to support them with maternity leave, both for the health of themselves and their babies so that they can return to work at some stage. So maternity leave is more a collective identity. We're moving away from the gender. So yes, of course, pregnant women are clearly female, but we're also relating it to groups of people with more intricate commonalities. So yes, they are all female, but they're also childbearing women, pregnant women, women that already have children. All these women have more things in common, collective things in common, which make the issue a collective identity within the community. And also from a national scale, images we see in the media from either advertisements for cleaning products or cooking products, these things also have stereotypical gender roles that don't help women with their cause of women in the workforce having maternity leave so that their job is secure when they do return to work. For example, overseas, in Sweden, women are supported at least 12 months with paid maternity leave, and they can go back to their job once they finish this. Their job is secure. So this is both healthy for the mother and also the child, and we're not losing out on a valuable member of the workforce. So how would I adapt the issue to the curriculum, and how would I teach this to my students? Well, a couple of things I'd start with. Firstly, would probably be a debate. So I'd just present some statistics from other countries, and we'd discuss as a group what other countries offer with regards to maternity leave, and maybe I'd break them into small groups and we would present to the class what other countries offer. From that point, we'd probably talk about why. So why do other countries offer more maternity leave than others? Is it that those countries, for example Sweden, value the family more within the community? The second thing I'd probably get children to do as a homework project is go home and ask their parents what they did when they were a child. So we'd get them to ask their parents if they worked, or if the child was put into childcare, or if they were left with their grandparents. And then when they came back into school with those ideas and what had happened to them, we'd probably discuss how, either consciously or unconsciously, for the first couple of years of their life, how that affects who they are today, and if they think there would be any difference if, say, they'd been in childcare for the first 3 or 4 years of their life, than if they'd been at home with their mother that time. Another thing we'd probably do is critically analyse media images and clips of women in traditional situations. So, for example, like I said with the spray and wipe ad, women cleaning, and for example on the Continental ads, the women cooking for their husbands. So these roles assume that women don't work, they do stay home during the day, and they do cook and clean. So this isn't doing anything, once again, to resolve the issue of maternity leave. So we'd probably talk about why these images are so prevalent, and moving towards what John mentioned in one of the lectures in ADC 1200, we'd need to create a counterculture or a resistance identity, where through educating these children on these differences and making them realize that there really is no reason for these stereotypes. We can redefine what is acceptable and what is normal, just simply through educating students. Another thing I'd probably get, or a last activity I'd probably get children to do is, well, I guess just in general, maybe go through a little bit of autoethnography. So we're thinking about how unconsciously or consciously what happened in the first few years of their life has affected the person they are. I'd also work on increasing knowledge through text and through statistics of women in the workforce and their contribution, just so we can, I guess, make a more well-rounded individual who does know that women can do any role men can do within the workplace.